debating doing this experience, do it. Worked so hard for this, man. Worked hard for this.
Your Uber has arrived.
Got my Uber, you know.
I'm here to collect you in the thick whip.
So when you actually build a BMW brand new from BMW, you can actually take delivery at the dealership, or you have the opportunity to take part in the BMW Performance Delivery Program, which actually happens for us on the East Coast at Spartanburg, which is in Greenville, South Carolina. So a few days after James actually purchased his new G80, he gave me a call and said, hey man, do you want to come with me? I have one guest pass that can come with me and actually take part in this delivery. And my obvious answer was, of course, I definitely want to come. And so my only question was, am I able to film? And he said, yeah, you can film. The only part that you actually cannot film is when you go into the actual plant where they're building the BMWs. So I honestly didn't know what to expect. When he asked me if I wanted to come, I just kind of assumed that we would be going to this BMW plant, maybe take a tour and then just collect the car and be done with it. I had no idea what the actual performance center delivery experience would be all about. I was in for a surprise. So finally the day came to head out to Greenville, South Carolina, where BMW actually paid to put us up at a Marriott in Greenville, where all of these other people who had ordered their brand new BMWs were also staying. So this is like an experience that you were a part of with a group of individuals who all had ordered BMWs brand new from BMW. So we get there the day before the actual delivery. BMW also pays for your dinner and a couple of drinks. We got our stuff situated at the hotel, had an early night, and then woke up at about 7 o'clock to get ready for the performance delivery experience. Good morning from South Carolina, Greenville, here with Mr. What's Your Forte, James. We're heading to the BMW, what do they call it? BMW Performance Center. Mr. James over here is going to be collecting a vehicle today. Not just any vehicle. Well, what are you getting? X3?
You'll find out.
An i3?
I'm thinking about an X1, you know?
So they ended up actually putting us up in a hotel for the night, which is pretty cool. And you go through this whole experience called like the performance delivery program, which is what we did. So now we head to the actual performance center. Beautiful here at Marriott. So we were just in the elevator with some other people who were collecting a car. It's funny because like everybody who's staying at this Marriott, everyone like bought a BMW. So they're all like collecting their BMW today. New car day. Breakfast time. This breakfast is on BMW. So is dinner. You buy an M3 and you get a 1 series size biscuit. So here's the day. Broken into 3 segments. The first segment is the driving experience, and then the factory tour, and then delivery. They had a few different shuttles that were running from the Marriott to the actual BMW Performance Center, but we decided to just drive because we had all of our camera gear and everything. Just thought it would be easier that way. All right, we in the Tiggy. About to head to the Performance Delivery Center. They tried to pack us in the shuttle, but we said, no, we're gonna take the Tigs. So basically, the Marriott that we're staying at is like 10 miles away from the actual Performance Center, so we're gonna drive over there.
Little Red Bull sponsorship. Sponsor us, please.
I think it's Starbucks this morning, too. No Starbucks, bro. My vibe's off.
He'll be all right.
So yeah, we'll see you guys over there. 10-minute drive. Shouldn't be too bad. So we arrive at the BMW Performance Center, which is absolutely massive. Like, I had no idea how big this place actually was. And not only is it just a performance center, not only is it a full track, there's a motorcycle track, there's an off-road track, there's an entire plant where they build these cars. I mean, it feels like you enter the world of BMW. It's absolutely massive. Pulling up, BMW Performance Center. Dude, your car is sitting right over there. What if it was sitting over there, just like outside? BMW Performance Center.
We're here, bro.
All right, we have arrived at the Performance Center. My radar's freaking out. So now, okay, there's a gentleman who's waiting on us. But now I don't know what happens now. I think we drive a car now. See you guys in there. All right, here we are. First of all, dude, this place is huge. Like massive, massive place.
Everything good.
Wow, look at this. Everybody greeting you.
James Forte, Jonathan, and Willie and me.
He's excited. So first we head over to the main delivery center where they have the track. They give us the rundown, kind of talk to us about what's gonna happen, give us some like safety tips while you're out on the track, what to do, what not to do, what to look for, and what to expect. So then they actually give you a car for the track experience that is similar to whatever you purchased. So in our case, it's actually a G80 M3 competition. So this is what they got us in. Look at that interior, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let me. I just got to change your radio over to channel 6. You guys are going to be with me.
All right.
They're gonna be like these idiots. We go ahead, hop in the car, and we start with braking exercises. So the instructor, his name was Leo. This really, really cool guy who's an incredibly good driver. I honestly didn't know what to expect at this part. I kind of just assumed that we would hop on the track and he'd show us a few things and then we'd leave. I didn't even order a BMW. I'm just a guest at this point, so I really didn't even expect to be able to drive. So the first exercise that we participated in on the track was the braking exercise. So the instructor shows us where the cones start, where he wants us to actually stop, and has us guess how far do you think it's actually going to take the car to stop at 20 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, so on and so forth. So we kind of guess, and he runs his car from 20 miles an hour and slams on the brake at the first cone, and we're all wrong because the car stops immediately, like within 3 or 4 feet from the first cone.
About 3-4 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So I'm going to come down at 40 miles an hour. I'm going to double my speed.
Okay.
Tell me where I'm 12 feet.
Hold on. I would say right here. Right about right here. Corner right here. Coming down at 40.
2 times the speed, 4 times the inertia.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, he's getting it. Oh, wow. Never mind. That's a big difference between 20 and 40.
So we run through a few different braking exercises, which is actually really cool because one of the more worrisome things when you go to a track is ruining your car or wearing it excessively or even breaking it. The great thing about going through this experience is you're using BMW's cars, so you don't have to worry about your car breaking. You are getting a very nice high performance vehicle that you get to essentially beat on for the day. So this G80 M3 was ours. So we ran through the braking exercises. The first one was driving at 20 miles an hour and then slamming on the brakes at the first cone, and then driving from 35 miles an hour, slamming on the brakes at the first cone, 45, 55, and 65. I believe those were the increments that we went in, something like that.
Oh, God. Yo.
This thing rips, dude. This car rips. Holy.
This is what I'm getting, yo? 45. All right.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
This is going to feel insane.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Oh, God.
Good job on the brakes. I just want to point something out.
Okay. Yeah.
See where your steering wheel's pointing?
Yeah, it was pointed that way.
Where are you looking?
I was probably looking that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the road go?
The road's going that way.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's funny. Keeping you honest.
Yo,
Dude, this thing moves, bro.
This is a lot faster than the one you
Yeah, this is way faster. Like, I thought the braking part would be like the most boring part. Bro, the braking is insane.
It's intense.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
We got John at 55 right now. John's trying to kill me, y'all.
It was actually very impressive and something kind of cool to do because you never really get to stomp on the brakes like that in like real world scenarios on the roads. So it was very interesting to see the braking power that these cars had, which were really, really good. Those cars stopped on a dime. Also interesting to see kind of how the tires responded as they were to heat up over time. So after the braking exercise, we went to a slalom exercise where we got to go in between cones, kind of like an autocross on the far end of the track. This is where I got to feel the car's handling and potential for the first time.
Take it a little easy this time.
Bro, this thing handles so good. Oh my God. Oh! There you go, baby. Oh! It's so hard to hold this camera right now.
Oh, I bet.
No! Shit, no!
I did my driving now. John's got to do his driving on the Slalom course. So we're gonna see how good John's driving. Who y'all think's gonna drive it better? Me or John? Comment down below. Oh shit! I think right now I'm killing John though. He's gotta step it up. Not just, not the whole course. You gotta stay a little wider. Oh shit! Stay wide so you can get this turn better.
Good. Right, use up a little bit more of the road. You're turning it early there. Yeah. Preventing it from coming again. That's great. Realize how hard it is to hold a camera while somebody's driving on the track. This shit's tough. I know what you were going through.
Dude, it's so tough.
Yeah. Shit. Breaking a little late on that one. You gotta like hook the cones on the outside and turn. Yeah, she's trying to stay on the outside. And then stay outside, stay outside. Stay outside, there you go. Just start braking here and then turn there. Boom. There you go. See, yeah, it's still gotta stay a little wider.
I think I get what you're saying though.
Yeah. Just like on Gran Turismo. Just saying they want you to stay wide and then cut.
I fucking love that section, dude.
Yeah.
That section's sick.
There you go. Hey.
Okay, what you're trying to do is build a better guy.
Now when I drove the G80 M3 on the roads, I really didn't get to get into the car too hard for obvious reasons. But when I drove the car on the track, it absolutely blew my mind. It changed the way that I thought about the G80 M3, because when I was on the road, I was like, this car feels so, it feels like a boat. It feels really big. It feels like an M5. How is this car actually going to handle when a salesman isn't sitting in the back seat and I'm really getting on it? But I'm telling you guys, when I got to throw this car into the corners and really beat the heck out of it, this car took it so well. It was absolutely impressive, and the G80 M3 is such a monster on the track. That car is so finely tuned, and these cars are completely stock, mind you. There's nothing done to them, no suspension, nothing. It's exactly how you get the car when you order it from the dealership. So I'm beginning to find out that this car is extremely capable and exceeding all of my expectations almost immediately. After the slalom portion, we ended up going over to the skid pad. So the skid pad was also very interesting. They have this huge circle at the end of the track that is wet down. So they wanted us to feel the difference between when your DSC is completely off and when the car is intervening and stepping in and not letting you get completely sideways. So traction control kicking on or off. The instructors are able to go around that entire circle sideways, no problem. I was beginning to get the hang of it, but they didn't give us a ton of time to slide the car. I wish I had a little more time, but it was really fun being able to get sideways on the car and just kind of slide it around and feel it out. You know how it is whenever you're like sliding a car, you start to feel the limits of the car. You really start to understand how hard can I push this car, how far can I slide it and still bring it back in without doing a complete 360. So the first time that I drove it, I actually spun it. I just did a 360 right away because I had no idea what I was doing. And then I started to get the hang of it a little bit more.
John, you did all right. You did all right.
And this whole experience really is just to give you like a glimpse as to what it's like to actually be a part of their driving school. So if you were to go there for like the actual driving school, you get a whole day of doing all of these techniques and learning way more about driving, which I am gonna do. I'll get into that later. The skid pad, pretty cool, man. This track, I wish I had this track in my backyard.
Oh, so he did a 360 too.
Oh, look at dude, he's got it. You have to stay low gear, high throttle. Oh! So that guy who's driving right now, he bought an F90 M5. I don't know if he got the competition, but basically like when you come and do this experience, they put you in the car similar to what you bought. So like if you bought an M3, you're gonna be in an M3. If you bought an M4, you're gonna be in an M4. M5, you're gonna be in an M5. So he bought a 2 Series.
I bought a 1X. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that's even the car.
1X.
Hey, I would say, man, the more and more I see this car in person, though, y'all sleeping, keep sleeping.
It's sick, dude. This car is so sick. So we did the skid pad for a while, which is super fun. Lots of people sliding out. Some people went into the grass, James. But it was really a fun time, and you didn't have to worry about, you know, going a little too crazy on the cars. So actually, after the skid plate, we got the opportunity to hop in a M5 competition with our driver, Leo, over at BMW. And he was a professional race car driver who took us into this car, and it was amazing. So thrilling. So we're taking a hot lap?
Yeah, go out and have some fun.
Cool.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow! Holy crap!
Okay, he knows how to drive.
Yeah!
This is what I'm talking about. They're gonna test the skills.
Oh my god! Holy crap, dude!
And this is an M5, bro.
Oh my god!
If anybody was debating doing this experience, do it.
And I'm telling you, this ride was nuts. When I got back, I realized how much I don't know about driving. I mean, I felt like a complete novice after I got in the car with him and went around this track. and he was just commanding this car. He was commanding the car and knew exactly where to put it, exactly how to direct it around the track perfectly, so he had momentum and never lost that momentum throughout the entire track. And mind you, the M5 is a big car, and we had a car full of people, and he was just taking command of this M5. It was so cool to watch. It really opened my eyes and made me realize that I want to go to their driving school and be taught and learn more about actually driving on a track. So shout out to Leo, because his driving was remarkable. So that sort of wrapped up some of the stuff that we did on the track, some of the exercises. Then we went back inside, took a break, and we ended up going over to the plant where they build the X series BMWs. This was remarkable. So I actually couldn't film during this part, but the operation is pretty insane. They have all of these strategic areas where the car is just going through a different process, and they actually don't call it a car, they call it a body. Until the engine is inside of the body, then it becomes a car. Kind of an interesting way to think about it. So there's all of these bodies of X1s and X3s and X5s and X7s kind of going around you in raw form. And there's these robots, all of these crazy robots that are welding and painting and assembling. And then you have personnel also on the floor. Everybody has a dedicated task, but it was very impressive to see everything kind of come together from the beginning to a full car. We got to see the whole process. You end up seeing this body of a vehicle that turns into the car that the customer ordered. So every car that's going through there is ordered by a customer. They picked the paint, they picked the options, everything. It was also interesting to see all of the colors of the car. So bar none, white, black, and gray. That's what the majority of people order, are white, black, and gray cars. So every now and then you'll see like a red or a blue one, which is like completely stands out because not a lot of people order those. Overall, the plant was a really cool experience. So after the plant, we actually hopped over to the museum where they showed us all of the different cars that they had. Some of the cars were originally built there at the Spartanburg plant, and then some of them were just like iconic cars, like the James Bond Z3, the James Bond Z8, some neat stuff like that. And then they even had like an M3 race car. Pretty cool. We then went back to the main performance delivery center where we did some off-roading. This was also really cool, and something that I didn't even realize that we were going to be doing, but we hopped in a X5 and we ended up doing some off-roading. There were some parts where I thought that we were going to flip over.
Oh, dude, look at this shit, dude. Oh my god.
Man,
Bro, this is about to be us.
oh, oh,
You guys are like about to bottom out. Keep going.
I don't know what it,
Steer a little to the left. Steer a little to the left. Like my hand is telling you which way to steer.
I'm going to the left.
A little to the left. Turn the wheel a little to the left. There you go. Okay, come on.
Oh shit.
All right, we made it.
Oh shit.
We're right on that one.
Oh God, yo.
Come on up.
My boy was scared.
Yo, I thought we was about to flip over, yo. I thought we was dead.
Laughing so hard. He's like, yo, this dude shit his pants.
My buddy James was driving and it got a little dicey at one point, but those cars can really handle off-roading. I was so surprised. We went through basically what was a river almost up to the window, and the car just was like a boat. It turned into a boat and it just went right through the water. It was really cool to see the car handle that. So went over all of this different terrain and tried out different features in the car, and it is clear that these cars can handle it. It was overall very impressive. After the off-roading experience, BMW sat us down in the lunchroom and they put on this really tasty lunch for us. This is kind of like to prep us for the delivery, get us fed, and then the gentleman who was actually going to introduce James to his new car came over to the table, introduced himself, and let him know that, you know, it's about time, it's about to go down. So I actually walked around the corner and I didn't realize that James' car was over there in the front. I mean, they had it set up like it was so perfect. The whole experience was just so well done. You can tell that like they've done this so many times. They know exactly how to deliver it. So it's just an incredible experience for the customer. So I actually ended up walking around the corner and didn't expect to see his car, and bam, I walked right in front of his car and I saw it for the first time. I was like, oh my God, there it is. Walked back to the table and I was was like, you can't go over there, James. Like, your car is right around that corner. You cannot walk around that corner. So I told him to just finish up his lunch, and then whenever he was ready to shoot over, and I was just going to capture that experience. Really wanted to capture his raw reaction of collecting his G80 M3. And so when it was time, James came around that corner and got to see his G80 M3 for the first time. Just wrapped up lunch on BMW. Now is the time to reveal what he got.
There it goes. Yes, sir.
What do you think, man?
Man, this is better than what I imagined it.
Bro, chef's kiss.
No.
Chef's kiss.
I know you don't like the two-tones. Those two-tones go hard on this fucking brand. I mean, this interior though, that orange hits hard.
Brand new.
That's everything. G80 M3 comp, Brooklyn gray.
This color's crazy. This is your car. This is yours.
Worked so hard for this, man. Worked hard for this.
That's right, man. You
It
deserve
looks
it.
like you found it.
Yeah.
First impression good?
Yeah. really.
It's stunning, man. Beautiful car.
The only thing I was worried about was which tires I was gonna get, which I got the right tires.
Okay, there you go.
And headlights. Because I didn't option to take off factory with the laser lights, so I didn't know if I was still gonna get them. So I have heard if I get the shadow light, they were going in the
All right, so while they're talking, let's talk about what he optioned. G80 M3 competition with the automatic transmission, which is the same car that we drove actually on the track today. Handles really well. He went with the Brooklyn Gray. He did the Shadow Edition, so it's got all of the black accents, which, dude, it's a must. It looks so good on this car. Black, exhaust tips, black. This thing looks unbelievable. Such a beautiful color. With the orange interior. Jeez. So gorgeous, dude. So it may be a little bit tough to tell in the video, but his reaction was spot on. He was blown away when he saw his car, as I would be too. I mean, you build it online. It's one thing to see your car like through a computer screen, but then to finally see the car that you built brand new from scratch, the way that you wanted it in the showroom, and to know that you're about to drive that thing home and it's going to be in your garage is just a remarkable experience. And us as car enthusiasts, we know how special that moment is when you buy your car. Even if it's a used car and it's like your next car, you know how special that experience is. And BMW BMW just did such an incredible job making people feel like this is a once in a lifetime experience. Like you're never going to experience this again. And really like leading you through that entire day. It's just building up to this moment where you take delivery of your new car. It was done so well. And I honestly was not expecting this. Like I knew that we were going to go to this thing and I didn't really know much about it. And I'm glad I didn't because it was so incredible. I was blown away. It really changed my mind about, you know, buying a new car versus buying a used car. That experience is something that I definitely want to experience someday. So at some point, I'm gonna have to order a new BMW because that was a very cool experience. So a little bit of background on James. You know, James is a good friend of mine. James and I have been buddies now for, I don't know, a couple of years now since I've lived in Charlotte. You know, James came to the first Keys Auto Show with me a while back in 2019. And James is just he's a humble, quiet, polite, nice guy. And he's always been one of the people who's just constantly been around and in my life and been sort of like an inspiration, no matter what people are saying or doing. You know, he started a YouTube channel and he's willing to put himself out there and be vulnerable. And I know firsthand how tough that can be, especially when you're just starting and you're maybe not that great at it. It's very, very tough. Not everyone is willing to be judged or willing to put themselves out there like that, to be criticized by other people. But James was willing to do it. And I'll be honest with you, when he first started YouTube, I was like, I don't know if he'll make it. Because a lot of people start YouTube channels and they don't really follow through, but he has stuck with it. He is stuck with it to this day. And he continues to make videos. And when he told me that, you know, this was the next move after the M4, he was going to get this G80 M3, I was like, Godspeed, brother. Go for it. You have to do it. It's all you, man. Like you're doubling down on yourself. And that's really what I saw this as. This is James doubling down on what he wants to do and how he wants to grow and push himself. I know that James is going to make incredible videos on the G80 M3. His channel will be linked down below, by the way. The day before we actually went to pick up the car, like you don't really realize how incredible that moment is for someone when they're collecting a new car like that. Everyone comes from a different place, right? So when you're buying a new car, that's something that some people do all the time, and it's really not that big of a deal. But some people, they've never done that before. And to James, he had never done that before. This is something that was a pivotal point in his life. It was a benchmark. It was something that he had never achieved before. And it was kind of this moment that I had realized that night when we were sitting down and he was telling me where he came from. This is a really big moment for him. This is something that he will remember and I will remember for the rest of our lives because of how special and important it is to him. Some of us are able to just buy cars all the time, but to James, this was more than that. And James came from a very rough childhood. He did not have much growing up. You know, I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because it's his story to tell, but believe me when I say that man had it rough and he had to work and earn everything that he has today. So the fact that he was able to build this, you know, brand new BMW and he had been on this long journey with YouTube and, you know, getting better and better jobs in life and just making bigger and bigger moves. And he was finally at this pinnacle point where he was able to afford this car was really special. And I could see it when he was telling me the story, how much it really meant to him. And that is why I wanted to include this part in this video because James, I want you to know that I'm proud of you as one of your friends who has seen you come up in the past couple of years that I've known you and from what you've told me. I'm so proud of you, man. There is no better feeling than watching your friends succeed in life. So if you're able to capture that or witness that or even be a part of that, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. Anyways, the entire experience was just incredible. BMW does such a good job with that delivery experience. If you're wondering if you should do it, 100% do it. 100% do it. I'm going to be going back and doing the driving school. I want to learn more and I want to get on that track and drive those cars on that track. And I don't know what it costs, but it's worth it, whatever it is. So if you build a brand new BMW, make sure you do the delivery experience. You will never experience anything like that in your entire life. It's very special and truly remarkable. So huge shout out to everyone over at the Spartanburg Performance Delivery Center for making that possible. Huge shout out to the guys over at Hendrick. Huge shout out to our drivers that day, all the instructors, everybody that helped out. Huge shout out to everyone who was staying with us at the Marriott that we had good conversation with. And a special thank you to James for letting me be a part of that day. It was remarkable. And I'm so glad that I got to be able to capture it. He's got a lot of fun content to make with that car. This car is so sick, man. When I first saw it in person, I had goosebumps. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is your car. It's just remarkable. Well, we're gonna bid James farewell here, but my God, this thing looks incredible out in the light. It's like such a beautiful car, and it's just brand new. It's a brand new car. So sick. God, man, I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. This color combo, you guys. Sheesh. All right, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Yo, appreciate you taking me out here, bro.
Absolutely.
But man, it still hasn't hit yet. Like, it won't hit till I get on this road, man.
Can you believe this is your car?
Nah, man. Nah, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You deserve it though, bro. You came up.
Yeah, man. Hard work, man. Hard work, you can get what you want.
That's right, man.
So that has been the delivery experience here with James on his new G80.
Yeah,
Want to see a lot of
man.
G80 content on the channel, obviously.
Yeah.
You spec the car out perfectly, man. Looks amazing.
Man, appreciate it, man.
Super happy for you.
Yeah, man.
But thank you guys for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.